Hello everyone, and welcome back to the House of M. It is your host Candace, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I do my nails. Now, a lot of you guys have been asking me on my live streams or just in my DMs sometimes, like, how do you do your nails? I know you do them from home. Why do you do it from home? Why don't you just spend like $20-$30 on you? And I thought I'd just go ahead and just talk through with you guys in regards to why I do Gel X and how I do them. Now, I just want to point out and say that I'm not a professional, and I've watched a lot of YouTube videos. And I just want to say that everything that you see on this table was purchased through Amazon in my Amazon store, which is linked in the description box. So as I set up, I just want to make sure that everything is good so I don't have to pretty much move, because this is me sitting down for at least a good 3 hours and some change doing my nails. I know that sounds like a lot, but I take my sweet time so that they come out the way that I want them to, and not trying to force myself in or rushing it in either way. So I set up. I get my laptop, I get some water, and I pretty much just sit at that table and get it done. Now, I've already done my left hand just so that we can speed up the process. And so the first thing that I do is I like to soak my hand in water just to loosen up the cuticles. This allows me to really get the dead skin not only off of my nail, but also from my actual finger. And I love really utilizing both of the scraper and then the cuticle remover. Now, after that, I am going in with this drill, and this drill is pretty good. I know a lot of people will say, get the electrical one, and you really don't need to, because I am a beginner. And I wanted to learn to do my nails because I wanted to save money, and I started buying press-on nails, and I realized, man, I'm spending a lot of money. Like, I literally can be utilizing all of this and buy my own kit, and that's pretty much why I started to do my own nails at home. So anyway, after I do the whole buffing on my nail, which by the way, I use the smallest grit, and the kit that I purchased has like different sizes, and there's different volumes that you can control the whole entire thing. So after the drill, then I'm going ahead and buff my finger as you see me doing, and then I also get the nail file to start really shaping down my nail. And then finally, but certainly not least, we're going to be diving into the cuticle oil. And I'm just going to put that on my cuticles to give it a little bit lubrication before we actually start the nail application and putting on the UV light on my skin here. So once the oil is on, we're going to go ahead and start with the nail application, and I'm using these almond shaped nails. I was using a different kind of brand when I first started because it came with the kit, and then I decided to purchase the almond sizes just because I personally like the almond shaped for my own nails. So one of the beautiful things that I can really say about this company is that they do have that ridge in the inside, which is going to be really important for you when you are doing your nail application. I want to say that this portion right here is probably like the most important because you are prepping the nail to fit your nail. And so my biggest advice for you is to pick the nail that is biggest. If you can't find one that's perfectly fit your nail, get the one that's a little bit bigger, not the one that's smaller, because you want it to actually fit it so you can file it down to actually fit your nail bed. Once I have gotten all of my sizes, I then go ahead and file it down to really get the actual shape of my fingers. And then after that, I also put the drill to kind of give it more adhesion, because this is what helps lays it down and it sticks to not only all of the products, but then also the base coat as well. These are all the supplies that I'm going to be using when applying the actual nail application. We're going to use a dehydrator that's going to remove any excess oil on my actual nail. Then we're going to be using the primer, and the primer will go on both the fake nail as well as my nail. And then we're going to be using a peel off base for the Gel X application. Now, I personally have only seen videos about the peel off just because a lot of people have said, oh, it's so much easier when you remove the nail, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, okay, bet. Like, I want easy, not complicated. And honestly, it is really easy. Whenever I want to pop off these nails, it is super easy. Like all I gotta do is get to the side, like the edges, and kind of wiggle my finger in there, which didn't sound right, but you know what I'm saying. And it easily pops off without it actually ripping my nail bed. And so after that is all said and done, I put on the first base coat, which is that peel off one, and then I clean it up because it is gel-X, so you don't want it to get on your actual skin. It's not good for you. It's a lot of toxins. So with that regard, I clean it up with acetone. So after I do my first layer of the base coat and it is done, I go ahead and I prep the nail by putting the primer inside of the nail. And then we buff the skin or the top layer of the peel off base coat, just because again, it gives a little bit more like adhesion to it, if you will. It just helps. I don't know how to explain it, but trust me, it just helps. When you don't do it, you will notice how one finger or hand will be more sturdy and the other one doesn't. So after that, I put on the actual base coat again on the fake nail. Now, a lot of people don't do this, but I actually ran out of my other base coat, which came with the kit. And because I bought this peel one version extra, I was like, I'll just use this. And it's been actually kind of better, I'm not gonna lie. So when you apply it, I like to apply it from the corner and then lay it down. You don't want any bubbles because that's air pockets, and so you don't want that. So my best bet for you is to keep practicing. If it's too much and you have to like clean it up, that is okay. It's better to have too much than too little where it pops off and then it kind of you have to redo it. So trust me when I say that's going to be really annoying if you have to do that. So after the actual nail is on my bed, I take the more sharper drill portion. I don't know how to like really what to call it, but I pretty much go on the side, like clean up the edges, and then I also go inside of my nail just in case if any of the gel had got over my nail. I didn't want it to like sit in there. And then after that, I take the original kind of buffer with a more coarse thing. I don't know really to call it, you guys. It's like the brown thing that you put on the drill. I get the more rougher one because that one's made for actual fake nails, and that one I just clean up the edges. If there's any glue anywhere, I just use that to kind of buff it out, and then we're good to go. So then now we're on the actual nail application of doing the colors. Now I am a simple girl. I do not do designs. Please do not ask me to do designs because they're just not going to happen. I love having my nails be a plain color. I think it's just the simplicity of my Venus sign of really keeping things simple and beautiful. Plus, I'm a Libra moon, so the aesthetics is what it's for me. And the plain matches all my outfits. So, you know what I mean? Like, if you get it. Hopefully you get it. So anyway, I'm going to put the base coat on first, and then I do about 60 seconds underneath the UV light. And then I apply a very light coat of this color. I really wanted something super neutral since the last color I did was super black. And so I'm doing an extra super light layers of it. And then that's I put 2 layers on, and then after that I put on a top coat. This time I chose shiny. And after 120 seconds underneath, I go ahead and get my buffer out one more time to clean up the edges, making sure everything looks great. I dust it off, and then one more time for shits and fucking giggles, we're gonna put the cuticle oil in there. And then that's pretty much it. This literally took a little bit longer than usual because I had to film it for you guys, but it is about like 3 hours. So I usually watch a movie and a half or 2 episodes or 3 episodes, and I'm pretty good. Those are my nails. Let me know in the comments if you like it, if you would like to see more of these. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you are joining the fam, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye guys.